Most people spend a surprising amount of their day complaining without realizing that they're training their brain to see the world through a lens of what's wrong. In today's video, I'm going to show you a simple 4-step process called the S.T.O.P method that allows you to catch those complaints in real time and turn them into something that actually improves your life. This is not fake it till you make it. It's not motivational advice. You don't have to read 1,000 self-help books. It's actually science. This is neuroscience, psychology, and even the high-performance coaches agree that the patterns we rehearse in our mind become the patterns that shape our life. And the first time I really grasped this concept was from a friend that I knew. Let's call this person A. And this friend was unreasonably happy, always so positive. Maybe you know someone like this. It was like A had always had everything go right. Every element of life was simply in the flow. It took me a while to relate to that type of outlook after heartbreaks and disappointments and injuries and everything. Yet I found myself magnetically drawn into this energy. It was almost like a hypnosis. It was like a friendly dose of caffeine that you rely on, or dopamine, or whatever your favorite treat might be. And this person unknowingly showed me the mindset that prevents complaining from taking control of our life. I told myself that this person was super happy and positive because they seemed to have a charmed life, but I wanted to know. So I dove deeper into psychology and all these things. And what I found was that the gratitude and the positivity and that magnetic feeling was the cause of this beautiful perspective. The optimistic outlook was like casting a spell for things to go well in life. And A had been doing this since childhood, and life was really good. It took me years to really grasp that we have to smile at the mirror before the mirror smiles back at us. And our life works the same way. The external reality is a reflection of what we have going on the inside. It's not as immediate as a physical mirror, of course, but as we dive deeper into this process, we see that there are so many aspects of this life, of our reality, that are simply counterintuitive. Many times we have to be what or who we want to be in our heart and in our mind before we really become it. And maybe you call it fake it till you make it. I don't think of it that way. To me, it's more authentic as the core of who I am, how I see myself, how I identify with my higher self, and do my best to be that every day, even if the external reality hasn't smiled that back at me yet. I guess ask yourself this: why would I spend my limited energy replaying a problem over and over and over again, passing that energy on for myself into my future and for the other people around me? And here's what the research and the people who study high performance all agree on. Complaining doesn't just feel bad. It restructures your brain. And by the end of this video, you're going to have a simple mental switch that you can use anytime a complaint shows up. The neuroscientists call it negativity rehearsal. Every time you voice a complaint, especially repeatedly over and over again, your brain literally carves that signal deeper into your brain, like creating a record, creating a song into the groove of a record that can be played again and again and again, around and around and around. And so you're not really venting it out. You're rehearsing it, you're practicing. Becomes like literally training the brain to look for what's wrong over and over again. But the good news is that we can train that thing same way in reverse to work positively, which is what the S.T.O.P method is all about. The ability to allow the right energy through us. And sometimes we simply have to switch up what's happening and how we define it. One of the richest and wisest figures in history was King Solomon, and he wore a ring engraved on it with 4 words. This too shall pass. Not just the bad stuff, not just the good stuff, everything. Now think about that the next time that complaint shows up. Is it a bad day? It'll pass. Is it an annoying moment? It's going to pass quick. What about that thing that someone said that's been living rent-free in your mind for way too long? Yeah, those pass as well. Everything is temporary. Remember that. Complaining treats a temporary discomfort like a permanent catastrophe, a disaster of some sort. And Solomon's ring is a reminder that wisdom doesn't fight the current. It sees the current, it accepts the current, and it moves with the flow. Got to go with the flow. Okay, the stop method. The first step is S, spot the complaint. Here's the uncomfortable truth is that most of our complaints are invisible to us. It's almost as if they're just normal conversation. We repeat them again and again and again, maybe daily, weekly, monthly, when we run into that same person, it's the same sort of thing. But the complaint has a very specific structure. It is describing a problem without really moving toward the solution or even acceptance. Let me give you an example of a complaint and then a new option. So instead of, why does this always happen to me? Try, that's inconvenient. The first sentence puts your nervous system into a low-grade stress response, and the second one keeps you calm, clear, functional. Here's your first experiment. 24 hours, one day. Don't try to stop complaining entirely. Just notice it. 24 hours, that's it. Every time that brain starts looping, starts creating some form of a complaint, whether it's traffic or someone's behavior, a delay, a bill, whatever it is, spot it, tag it. That is a complaint. Awareness equals elimination. Awareness is the cheat code. We can't get rid of a pattern that we're not aware of. So this gives us that first step in getting rid of the complaints. When it shows up, you spot it, you tag it, that is a complaint. The second step is T, think. Can I change this? So when you spot a complaint, quickly ask yourself, can I actually change this right now? 2 different answers, 2 completely different roads. If it's yes, if you can change something, then do something about it. Right then and there. Whatever it is. Make a plan, take a step. What's the next thing? What's the first thing that you can do? Is it on your to-do list? You write it. Is it a post-it note? Dry erase board? I don't know. Whatever you need to do, an email, a phone call, start the process of eliminating that complaint. Now, if the answer is no, then this is where things get really interesting. Mel Robbins, you've probably heard of her. She's got the most popular podcast at the moment and a very successful book and concept called the Let Them Theory. Basically, it goes like this. People are going to act the way they act. Traffic is going to move the way traffic moves. Reality is going to do what reality does. Let them. Let the haters hate. Let them all do what they're going to do. It has nothing to do with you. And then the second half of the let them is the real power move. Let me choose my response. Let me stay steady. Let me remain clear. And here's why this actually works. Most of our complaints exist in this gap between how things really are and how we think they should be. The let them theories closes that gap instantly. It's not that you're pretending that the thing doesn't exist. You're just refusing to fight it like Solomon. You're allowing, accepting. So try this today. Something annoying happens. Ask yourself, can I change this? If yes, take the first step. Easy. If no, tell yourself, let them. And then let me, and watch what happens to the complaint. Most likely it's going to evaporate because you own your role in the situation. And that's the third step. Own your response. You don't control the events. Anything is going to happen. Even with all the planning in the world, you can't control what's going to happen. What you do control is how you respond to what happens. Viktor Frankl survived the Nazi concentration camp, and he came out and wrote a very powerful book called Man's Search for Meaning. And there's one particular line that shows this quite clearly. Between the stimulus and the response, there is a space. In that space is your power. It's your response. It's your mood. It's your power. It's all up to you. And two people are going to hit the exact same inconvenience. And one of them will spiral off into frustration. It might ruin their day or maybe their week. Who knows? And one is going to adjust, refocus, and continue. From the same event, two completely different ways to handle life. And that's the power of owning your experience. Instead of, that completely ruined my day, try something like, that was unexpected. Okay, what's next? It's emotionally lighter. It's mentally stronger. There's more ownership. There's less drama. You simply do not control events. You only control your interpretation of the events. And your interpretation is everything. That is your power in that space. And what gives us that power is the ability to choose how we interpret it and how we respond. That is the fourth step. P, pivot to something useful. Pivot to something that's going to help you out. Complaining narrows your options, and pivoting opens new ones that you wouldn't be able to see before. Here's 3 pivots that work. Choose one anytime you have a complaint that shows up. The first one is a solution. So something happens, complaint rolls in, and you say, okay, what's the adjustment? The second one is a neutral observation. Something happens, complaint starts to come up, and you say, that happened. What's next? Again, you're just observing it. It's just a fact. It's just data. It's not affecting you. And the third one is humor. This is going to make a great story. Okay, so that one can sound a little bit silly at times, but it really, truly works. When you frame something as absurd instead of threatening, your nervous system relaxes immediately. Gets like a 20-foot spider coming at you. And then the spider has roller skates on and it can't even stand up straight. So comedians figured this out a long time ago. Every comedy stand-up special is just a master class in turning a complaint into a pivot. They're just way better at making it funny than we are. You can work on it. Your nervous system responds completely differently when you move into a problem-solving mode versus a complaint mode. And the complaining will close down the options. The pivoting will provide a brand new one. So here's the full loop. Spot, think, own, and pivot. S.T.O.P. Brendon Burchard is one of the most cited and successful coaches alive. And he teaches that your life moves through basically 3 channels. Your thoughts, your words, your actions. Complaining corrupts all 3. And negative thinking creates negative speech patterns, comes out as lower quality decisions, and ends up with a much smaller life. But here's what's wild. When the complaints drop, even just reduce, your mental clarity increases almost immediately. The entrepreneur Alex Hormozy said it plainly. The most valuable skill a person can learn is the ability to be happy, even when there's nothing to be happy about. Think about that. It's not because the problems disappear, it's a lifestyle change. Your mind stops amplifying, stops giving so much energy. to the things that you don't want to happen, to your problems, and it starts turning the volume up on what you want to experience in your life. Remember Solomon's ring? This too shall pass. Most of what we complain about, we won't even remember in 3 weeks from now. And yet we rehearse it. We repeat it over and over and over. I mean, I get it. The frustration is valid. And there's a lot of it these days. Easy to get into. But ask yourself, why am I wasting my limited energy on something that's already on its way out the door or may never even happen? The complaining just prolongs the discomfort. The positive perspective moves you towards a solution and opens you up to a life that's been waiting for you to enjoy. So here's the challenge I want you to try. 24 hours, just one day. A whole day with no complaints. Just try it out. And there's 3 easy ways to do it. Observations, adjustments, and humor. So when a complaint comes up, just run the stop method. Spot the complaint. Think, can I change this? If yes, you change it. If no, let them. Own your response. And pivot to something useful. Watch how different you feel by the end of the day. And here's the thing. Once you catch this pattern, it's nearly impossible to go back. I work with clients on a regular basis to help them create their optimal life. If you'd like to work with me, click the link for an application to one-on-one coaching, or you can join the waitlist for my next 6-week group training. Drop a comment. No judgment here. I've got my own, but be honest. Let me know, what do you complain about the most? And if this video hit for you, send it to someone else who might need it.